udokotela said you should maybe think about having hysterectomy for her. If this decision has to be made, it must be made by her parents. What would a romantic relationship look like for Unandi? And I just don't even want to think about it. Unandi has special needs. She's living with autism. So there's quite a bit to do around her to support her and to make sure that she's okay. Unandi never goes anywhere la ngingekho khona or la ngingekho khona ubaba wakhe or la ngingekho khona u-aunt wakhe or ubhuti wakhe. Akavizithi nje emzini yabantu.
Hi, Sanmonani, and welcome to another episode of Elevate, brought to you by Gagasi FM. Kamalamige, Gustabile Gamazubane. You know what to do. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in our comments. We're celebrating 20 years of this wonderful station, and that means that the conversations that we bring to you are conversations that are moving the needle forward. And today is no different. It is Autism Acceptance Month, and that means we get to understand a bit more about abantu abaphila nayo autism, how their families are supporting them. We're bringing awareness to what autism is, particularly this month, and today is no different. Ngihleli nomama uLindiwe Khuzwayo, who is raising Unandi, who is living with autism, and today we get to find out what it's like. Where is Nandi? I like that. Ma, sawubona.
Sawubona sitha sanibonani nababukeli be-Elevate.
Siyakubingelela, siyajabula, siyakwamukela kuleli khaya lengxoxo. Here we get to really unpack things and really unfold. But I just want to start off by asking about your life as a mom. How's your life as a mom?
It's an interesting life.
Oh, yes.
So I have two children. My son is 28, Unandi is 24. Obviously, it's slightly different from other moms because Unandi has special needs. She's living with autism. So there's quite a bit to do around her to support her and to make sure that she's okay. But as different as it is, it's also a typical mom life. Lots of joy, lots of laughter, lots of love, lots of logistics. But fortunately, I have a lot of support. But it's a typical mom life with those additional responsibilities that come with having umntwana nama special needs.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about ama special needs kaNandi. Ngifuna nje siqale sithi ukuhlehla kancane sibuyele nendaba yethu emumva. The first time ubona ukuthi khona okuhlukile ngoNandi. What were those signs?
So when she was an infant, ama milestones akhe were quite delayed, and obviously sasingaqala ngayo kuba nomntwana, so we could recognize ukuthi no, obviously abantwana bakhula at different paces, but awakhe were severely delayed. And so we started doing assessments, tests. It took a good few years before we got the official diagnosis ukuthi she's on the autism spectrum with significant learning disability. Maybe she was 4 when we officially got the diagnosis. We had recognized signs of good problem when she was still an infant. And then it was in and out of specialists, psychologists, assessments until we eventually got the diagnosis when she was around 4 years old.
Okay, so you're getting the diagnosis, but I'm curious, these signs that you talk about, you're saying there was a delay in some of her growing. What were the signs that were there?
So she wasn't sitting when you expect umntwana to sit. She wasn't walking when you expect umntwana to walk. She wasn't starting to vocalize and form words when you expect umntwana to do that. So all of those things for us were red flags. Something is not quite right. And so we started wanting to find out what is the problem and what is the extent of the problem and what could we do to support her and to facilitate the development yakhe.
So masikhuluma ke nangu umzali uhlele ekhaya and they're identifying ngalama signs lawo khuluma ngawo. What would we say? How would we define then autism?
So autism, firstly, it's not an illness. Let's get that out of the way. It's not an illness. I prefer to think of it as a disability. And of course, it's a spectrum. Autism spectrum.
Yes.
So because it's a spectrum, abantu who have autism present differently. Akufani nomuntu makuthiwa umuntu akaboni emehlweni akaboni. It's either blind or partially blind. With autism, no two people with autism present the same way. So on the spectrum, khona who need a lot of support, who just would not be able to cope without support. They need a lot of support. Then bekhona laba esibabona go good doctor who are very, very capable intellectually, who are fully verbal, who can live independently. And then you have and then different degrees of disability and ability on that spectrum. So Unandi, for example, she has some speech. Kodwa it's very limited. Kodwa uyakwazi ukufoma amagama, she can express her basic needs, but you can't have a full-on conversation with her. Then kukhona who are non-verbal, so that can't even tell you their names. Then bese bakhona laba who can go to mainstream schools, who can even build careers, who are highly gifted even artistically, who are highly gifted academically. So it's all of those things, and they're all on the spectrum. The key thing for many of them is it's the social interaction.
Yeah.
Speech tends to be limited, but not kubo bonke. And then, of course, a lot of them are non-verbal. The other thing that abantu usually identify kumuntu or autistic, especially umntwana, it's what we call tantrums, where they just melt and umntwana very aggressive, well, maybe not aggressive, but very angry, very teary, and then bese siyamjudge umama sithi umama akakwazi ukukhulisa umntwana, and but you don't understand ukuthi umntwana is living with this disability and is feeling overwhelmed with the sensory things that are coming through, the sounds, the noises, the smells. Tina, we can process that normally because that's now lama challenges are now. But again, it comes as a wave of things that she has to process. Ukuthi umqondo wakhe is not built to process all of those things, all of them at the same time. And then, of course, they melt and then they have those tantrums.
And I'm sure sibaningi, we've seen abantwana bekhala emamoli, umntwana elahle phansi, kube ngathi umzali uyahluleka ukulawula ingane yakhe. Uthini umuzwa when you hear of Nandi's diagnosis? How are you feeling as a family?
It was very sad. You know, we all have abantwana and we have dreams about what they will be, the kind of life we envisage for them. But then when you get told to umntwana with disability, it's very sad. It's very similar to grief. You actually grieve for the dreams you had for umntwana wakho. So what I would say, and I know you're going to ask me this later, but what I would say, kubazali, especially moms who realize what abantwana bakhubazekile, is to be gentle with themselves and to acknowledge that there's going to be a process of grief, there's going to be a lot of denial. Hayi bo umntwana wami bakhubazekile mina, akekho umuntu okhubazekile like ngeqale ngowami. So those whole stages of grief that khulunywa ngazo, you're going to deny ukuthi umntwana wakho ukhubazekile, you're going to keep wanting ama-assessments because you're wanting i-assessment ne-diagnosis azokutshela lento oyifunayo, but they will not come. And then eventually you will accept, but it's very difficult to accept. And then, of course, you then say, okay, I accept ukuthi ukhubazekile, but what is the extent of lokukhubazeka? What can she do? What will she not be able to do? How can we support her? How can we facilitate development yakhe? Noma ngabe izobe limited kangakanani, but what things should we be doing to support her as much as we can? So it's very hard. It really is very, very hard. But we learn and we grow and we do what we can for abantwana bethu.
Yeah. And ukhuluma nge-support. How is it for a parent to support umntwana who's been diagnosed as autistic?
I think one of the key things you can do is to learn as much as you can about the condition. So that you uzokwazi uku-identify ukuthi owakho umntwana, where is she on the spectrum, uzokwazi yini ukuya esikoleni, uma ezoya esikoleni udinga hlobo luni lwesikole. So learn as much as you can about the condition. Bese ke kuba ukuthi uma ukuthi uzokwazi ukufunda, to find the right school for her. Don't force ukuthi aye esikoleni that are not equipped to handle her condition. But also as umzali, you are his or her number one advocate. Mina ke advocate kaNandi nje. I fight for the things that she has a right to I had to fight a lot to get her into school. I make sure she has the right caregivers around her. I make sure that I understand what things she enjoys. Because impilo yakhe ilimitwa autism limited nezinto akwazi ukuzenjoy, so we try to maximize on the things that she enjoys. So for example, she likes going out, so we always make time to take her out because we just enjoy lezo zinto. But also basic things like her diet. Diet plays a big role on regulating ama moods omntwana. So while you want umntwana to enjoy izinto zama snacks and so on, be mindful ukuthi badlani, be mindful ukuthi they get enough sleep, just those basic things. Even those that are not on the autism spectrum, they may be even more important to take care of for umntwana who's on the spectrum, so that you help regulate her moods, you help what tends to happen also ukuthi sometimes sothi umuntu une-autism but mhlawumbe una something else, some other condition. For example, unalo ne-autism ne-epilepsy. So leyo combination means ukuthi we must learn about both conditions. How do we support her? What things must she be doing? What things must she not be doing? What things must she be eating? What things will exacerbate ama seizures akhe? What things will exacerbate ama tantrums akhe? And manage all of those things. So there's a lot of juggling. But it comes with the charity of having umntwana onama special needs.
Yes. Nginawo umbuzo mamlindiwe okhona kumina ukuthi njengomzali of a child who is autistic, are there any misconceptions mhlambe thina as umphakathi esinawo about abantwana or people that are living with autism?
There are a lot of misconceptions that we have, especially if in a family la ngakaze kube khona umuntu one-autism, vele qale ngowakho nje, you know. But the biggest one and the one that upsets me the most ile yokuthi mangabe sibona umntwana who's having a meltdown or who's having a tantrum, bese assume ukuthi umzali akakwazi ukukhulisa kahle umntwana, or masibona umntwana a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old who's still in a nappy. Si assume ukuthi umzali ongamqeqeshi, why is this parent not toilet training umntwana, not understanding ukuthi umntwana unama developmental delays and there's some sort of disability khona lapho. So what I would say mina is as umphakathi nje ake siye ukukhuluma ke ngani zabantu, umuntu nomuntu akabheka umntwana wakhe, you know, because ukhomenta ngomntwana one-4-year-old who's still in a nappy nje owakho busy ubamba inkunzi edrobheni, you know. Ukhomenta ngomntwana who's having a meltdown in a mall or in a shop, owakho awumazi nokuthi ukuphi, you know. So sonke abantwana bethu have different challenges, so let's just hold off with the judgment, especially ngomntwana esingamanzi. Umbona nje lapha emoli uthi lo mama akayishayi ngande ngabe kube yami ngabe sengiyishaye ake sihlukane nje nezingane zabantu. Umuntu nomuntu akakhulisa wakhe umntwana the best way you know how, and then leave other parents to deal with ama challenges afaced abantwana babo the best way they know how. But kakhulukazi ile yokuthi masibona umntwana on a meltdown or on ama developmental delays, si assume ukuthi abazali who are not doing the right things. That one is very upsetting kumzali onomntwana onama special needs. Mina ke nje I don't. Just don't.
Yeah. And you'll probably find ukuthi isikhathi esiningi umzali is really doing the best that they can with the knowledge that they have. Uma ngase sibuyele emumva to what you knew 24 years ago, njengoba unande na 24 manje, yini ongafisa ukuthi you could have fixed or maybe changed about what you knew back then?
Back then I believed it would get better. You know, I believe there would be a time where she's a lot more capable than she was esamncane, and which then meant ukuthi my acceptance ukuthi actually she's going to live with this condition for the rest of her life took much longer. So that was the key thing for me. I guess it comes from what I said earlier, ukuthi we all have dreams ngabantwana bethu and what they could become and what they should become. But when it becomes clear ukuthi that's not going to happen, we tend to hold on to the hope that no kuzoba ngcono, which sometimes can delay how quickly you start finding assistance for her, and how quickly you start learning about the condition. She'll outgrow this, uzohamba, uzogcina sekhuluma. Meanwhile, kufanele ngabe mhlawumbe usuyamqala go speech therapy, go occupational therapy, you're starting to look for schools. The other thing then, one of the biggest challenges actually faced by families ile yokungabi khona kwezikole ezanele for abantwana abane autism. So if isikolo sifunayo, for example, kune waiting list, the longer you take to accept ukuthi umntwana uzofana in a special needs school, the longer it will take you to get onto that waiting list, for example. So those are some of the things that I would have done differently. I would have moved much quicker than we did, even though we did move quite quickly. We probably would have moved much quicker had we quickly accepted, look, the problem is now it's going to be a lifelong, the challenge is now it's going to be a lifelong challenge.
Yeah, ngiyayithanda le acceptance njengoba it is Autism Acceptance Month. Thinking about it from a perspective of accepting it. Ngifuna siye in a typical day. Unjani? What does your day look like? Not only for you as umzali, but also for uNandi. Usuku lakhe nje wenzani?
So uNandi uyafunda. She's at a center for children with special needs. Well, not children, but individuals with special needs, because she's no longer a child. At 24, that's an adult. So we wake up ekseni, we get her ready for school. I like the fact that she's still able to go to school, because kuma special needs school kahulumeni abantwana have to exit at 18 when they turn 18. And esikhathini esiningi uthola ukuthi umntwana once they turn 18 and they exit, umndeni ungabi nayo into ukuthi uzobe senzani after 18. And you need to keep them stimulated for as long as possible. So we wake up, we get her ready for school. I take her to school. She loves school, so her day is filled with school. She loves it there. Bayafunda, little bit of academics, but also practical things like how to take care of themselves. There's a little bit of cooking. There's physical activities, swimming, and that type of thing. So her day then ends around 2 p.m. And her brother picks her up from school. Ngoba mina ngisuke ngisemsebenzini. Nobaba wakhe usuke semsebenzini. Her brother picks her up. So when I get home, she's already home. She's playing. We have dinner. I mentioned she has epilepsy. 6 p.m. Kwanatati medication yakhe epilepsy. She typically goes to bed around 7. But we have like an hour or 2 hours where we're watching music. She loves music, so until she goes to sleep. She gives you remote. We play her music. We play games, and then around 7 she goes to sleep, and then we repeat the cycle. Gama weekends, because I mentioned she likes going out. We create time to take me. It could be going out for breakfast. It could be going out to a mall. She loves being outside. She just loves being outside. So we do that. We visit family, and then on Sundays she loves church. I mentioned she loves music, so she loves church. It doesn't stop her from singing it. She's in church, she enjoys it, and that's kind of how our days unfold. Then from time to time, obviously, she needs to go to a doctor because she's on chronic medication for epilepsy. And even that, from time to time, bazothatha igazi to check medication levels in her blood. That's life with Nandi.
Yeah. We spoke about my challenges that you face as a parent earlier on. But I'm curious, ukuthi yini that has pleasantly surprised you about raising uNandi?
Just how creative she is. It's an absolute joy. Her love of music is an absolute joy. Her love of dancing is an absolute joy. Because there's so much she's not able to do, anything that she is able to do brings so much joy to us. So she loves swimming. In her mind, she's an accomplished swimmer. So she's in the water most of the time, but just the things that she's able to do. Abazali will know ukuthi umuntwana esaqala ukukhuluma. Every new word that they say is a moment of celebration in the family. Now what we have Tina ngoNandi ukuthi that those moments of celebrations have been throughout her life. Ngoba uvela surprise nje ashigama esingalazi ukuthi uyakwazi ukulisho. So that joy for many parents iba around 2-3 when umntwana safunda ukukhuluma. Siyakwazi ukuthi kithina almost every year we learn ukuthi uNandi uyakwazi ukuthi kanti. And so those things are very pleasant surprises, but also sources of immense joy for us, because it says to us she is developing. The pace might not be the normal pace, but she's definitely developing and learning new things. And every time she's able to do something, I mean, it could be as simple as she opens the cupboard, takes out a side plate, opens a bread bin, takes out a slice of bread, tatty peanut butter, you know, Tina, that's a big thing because it means she's learning to take care of herself. So it's small things, but Tina, it's big things because it's an indication Guti she is developing despite living with autism.
Yeah. We spoke about this before we came on air. I just want to bring this conversation to this place. We were speaking about love on the spectrum. And how we find it so cute. What's your perspective on love on the spectrum and Nandi possibly finding love?
So I know abantu abaningi enjoy love on the spectrum. It's cute. I mean, it is cute. Mina, it makes me emotional because I want a normal relationship for her. You know, so I'm not. It's not something I haven't even thought about. With what would a romantic relationship look like for Unandi? And I just don't even want to think about it because Mina, you know, she must have what our version of a normal relationship, the kind of relationship we see with love on the spectrum. Of course, it's cute, and of course, it's great. People with autism are able to find love, but that's not what I want for her. That is not what I want for her. Yeah.
Unomzali oyibukayo le episode, and they can probably identify from what we are saying in this conversation. Hey, yazi umntwana mi ngiyasole ngathi they are on the spectrum. What would be the piece of advice that you would give to umzali who is just maybe has found out or just maybe recently got a diagnosis?
Learn as much as you can. But please reach out for support. It's one of the most difficult things you're going to have to process as umzali. Reach out for support, support within the family, but also support of abanye abazali abanabantwana who have autism. Because uma ngabe umntwana wakhe ukhubazekile ucabanga ukuthi wedwa, ucabanga ukuthi wakho wedwa ukhubazekile until umuse esikoleni wothola ukuthi hawu isikole sigcwele ingane ekhubazekile and some of them zidlala ngakwami. You know, so reach out to NGOs that work with autism. Reach out to other parents abanabantwana abakhubazekile. It might not be autism, but umzali onomntwana okhubazekile knows what it feels like to suddenly realize ukuthi I don't have a perfect child. Abanye abazali have perfect children, although none of us have perfect children. Ayikho jingane perfect. So reach out for support. It's not something that you have to deal with alone. In fact, because when we discovered Unandi has autism, we didn't know any other person who has autism, and because of that I've actually written a book about raising Unandi, just so that we raise awareness, but also parents have a resource that they can use to say how kanti lentenzeka la ekhaya yenzeki la ekhaya kuphela, and but also walk with someone who's walked the journey and say this is what you can expect, these are the resources you can use, this is what has worked for us, maybe you can try it as well, it might work for you. So but more than anything, learn about the condition, but also please get the support that you need, because it's going to be quite a difficult journey, and you can only walk it with the right support from those around you, but also from professionals like odokotela, therapists, psychologists, and then of course try to find the right school for umntwana wakho. Don't just accept that they can't go to school. They can't go to some schools, but there are schools, and more, even on the private side, more and more people are opening schools for abantwana abane autism. It's very helpful with having a structure to her day. His or her day, but also importantly, it gives a break to the caregiver.
Yeah.
Whether a caregiver umzali or whether a caregiver uanto siza ekhaya, they do need a break, because the abantwana abane autism can be quite a handful. So uma ngabe ne structure someone else taking care of her during the day, then it means ukuthi caregiver can recharge. Mayebuya esikoleni umntwana caregiver is rested enough to then be able to look after umntwana.
Now you mentioned ukuthi you're writing a book about and bringing awareness to autism. what can we expect? What's going to be in the book?
Interestingly, it's going to be everything we've spoken about. How we discovered Uguti she has a challenge, the stages of grief we went through, how we got her assessed, but also in the book I talk about the challenge with epilepsy because there's an added layer autism, which she also has epilepsy, how we found schools for her, how we advocate for her, because I keep saying I'm her number one advocate. You just have the biggest battle on your hands from me. So how we've navigated the journey with her, what kind of support systems work for us, how our families and our friends have supported us, then, but also what are some of the challenges. So my biggest nightmare is what would happen to Nandi if mina no baba wakhe shona. And therefore, what are the practical things we need to put in place so that if the unthinkable happened, we know she'll be taken care of. If my relatives embanga, nama relatives angamjwayele just suddenly because umntwana ukhubazekile and ushonelwa abazali and there might be monies and whatnot. So all those practical things, I would say, kubazali, think about those things. I know it's hard to think about those things, but force yourself to think about those things. So there's a whole chapter that I've written about what practical things should you think about for umntwana wakho.
What are some of those things?
Having a watertight will that says ukuthi fanele aye kuphi umntwana manishona nobabili. Manishona nobabili. Enye into practical that we never talk about is, so I said it's a spectrum. Some are quite capable of taking care of themselves. A lot of them are not capable of taking care of themselves. If she's a girl and she's not capable of taking care of herself, what happens when she starts menstruating? What happens when she starts menstruating? And given with vulnerable, because some of them don't have speech. And we know the crisis we have around GBV and rape and all of those things. And abantwana who are non-verbal are perfect candidates for perverts. So how do you protect umntwana? So those practical things. So mina, Unandi never goes anywhere la ngingekho khona or la ngingekho khona ubaba wakhe or la ngingekho khona aunt wakhe or bhuti wakhe. Akavisit nje emzini yabantu. But also what I would say, and this was a very difficult one for me. There's a whole chapter again around this. Guti, when she started menstruating, udokotela said you should maybe think about having hysterectomy for her. And I was like, why would I consent to something like it's unthinkable. It's unthinkable. But as a cooler, you realize that if this decision has to be made, it must be made by her parents. If it's ngayenzi Tina, who must make this decision? So there are all those very difficult decisions that parents abangenabo abantwana abakhubazekile don't think about. I mean, your mom would never think about whether you need a hysterectomy or not. You know, in those hysterectomy is things we think about. Ngoba sesibadala, mhlabe there's gynecological issues or menopause. There's issues or there's something that abayitholile mabengitesta that says mhlabe kungcono ukuthi uskip isibeletho. But ukubona uma engakwazi ukuhandle period, it's tough for you as umzali. It's tough for her. And it's tough for her caregivers. And so those are conversations that you need to have with her doctors. And so the other practical thing is, they can't even tell you this is uncomfortable. So it's just find. And then when you find things that work for her, like Unandi, there's a particular brand of sneakers one that she's comfortable because they're comfortable for her. Those are the only sneakers we buy for her. You know, so maz umntwana wakho, and then what things work for her, what things don't work for. So those are some of the practical things. And then conversations that you need to have with family. Because I say this thing, if we should die, what would happen to her? Having conversations with family and knowing your family, family if we were not there, usbanban that we would want taking care of her. And then, so all of those practical things that we don't want to think about, because none of us want to think about death. But also just practical things of managing her day and making sure she's comfortable. In the book, there's a chapter around sneakers, for example. If I'm not around, these are the only brand of sneakers that you should buy for her. when seasons change, make sure she's got warm pajama. Those small things, because when I'm doing my pajama, we are happy or we are shooting my pajama. But we have to make every decision for her. Every single decision we have to make for her.
Yeah, you know, I can see how hard this conversation is for you, but kunento kumina engashorishayo ukuthi you were the perfect candidate to be uMakanandi. Maybe you've grown into it, but it's so clear how decisive you are when it comes to her. So I really want to commend you, Makanandi, for raising Unandi. We're about to close. Where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm Lindiwe Kuzayo on Facebook.
Yeah.
With an H. Konuma I'm Lindiwe Kuzayo ngenayo H. I'm Lindiwe Kuzayo on Facebook, and I write quite a bit actually about Unandi and our journey with her. But to the point you're making about being uMakanandi, firstly, it's come with experience.
Yeah.
I wasn't this vocal when we first started, but also esikoleni which Unandi attended, there was a big poster at reception. It's God chooses carefully who he gives. Children with special needs too. I guess we were also chosen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Siyabonga kakhulu Makanandi ukuthi uze uzokhuluma nathi la we Elevate.
Can I say one quick thing?
Say it.
I wanted to give just a special shout out to the village that it's taken to raise Unandi.
Yes.
Her dad, Usaka, is an amazing dad. I don't know how I would have raised Unandi without him, but also our families and our friends. It's a tight village that advocates for Unandi, that loves Unandi, and we are eternally grateful for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Mbukeli we Elevate. Siyabonga kakhulu for listening to this conversation and making it to the end. Certainly, we've highlighted how important it is to have support around you, how important it is for you to do the research and find out about umntwana wakho that is living with autism. Kamalami ngusithabile Mazubane. We're going to meet next time.